We're going to a concert this evening. Scratch that off the list. Let's not do that. Who we are going to see? I don't think I did. Kel.
Breakfast, fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a barrel of fun. Growing up is just a trap. Don't it seem like a drag? Like putting all of your joy in a big brown bag. I won't listen to any of that jazz. No, I'll never grow up. I'll never grow up. Growing up is just a big fat trap. I take pride in never working a day. Can't see the use of it anyway. Who can think I'm such a load of crap? Growing up is just a trap.
For my own drink, right?
Yeah. You got a fancy drink, don't you?
And a fancy cup. I like them.
I think we're out of ranch. We'll have to ask for some next time we go to Zach's.
But there's a piece of ranch right there. There's a ranch right there. Oh, I'm trying to go.
Oh, you had that with your ex? Great. You had eggs the other day. Or tater tots, one. Hi guys! So I'm downstairs working. I just finished a shirt, getting ready to start another. It is, I don't know what time it is. Alexa's not showing me the time right now. 11 o'clock, 11 something. It's 11 something. So happy Friday. We're going to a concert this evening. I thought I turned this on. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta wait for it to heat up to my other shirt. Yeah, so we're going to a concert this evening. Sterling's really excited. I mean, I'm excited too, but I'm like, I have to get my work done first. My husband already went to work this morning, so he got up early this morning and went to work. So his job, he has a job he has to complete, and so he has to, it's like if he calls out, sure, there's people that will help pick up the slack, but his job is still there when he gets back. Like, he still has to do his job. Does that make sense? It would be like me, for instance, like let's say I had 10 shirts to complete, and if I went on vacation and I came back, I would still have 10 shirts to complete. So just giving you kind of an example. So anyway, so I'm still in my pajamas. I'm going to stay in my pajamas. I figured I'd work until sometime after maybe 1. We'll see how I feel. I technically have this and another shirt to get done, and then after that, you know, I'm just gonna continue to work on whatever I needs to get done. I think there was one lady that wanted her order before next Saturday, so I'm gonna try to get hers out, and that way I don't have to worry about whether or not it's gonna make it or not. Yeah, but I was gonna talk about something and I don't remember what it was. Bum, bum, bum. So it is August 1st. I need to go through my eggs still. So I have like a something I do like the 1st of every month, and so I just need to do those things. And by me doing those things, by me saying, you know, every you know, the 1st of the month I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, it just helps me. Like, I know, like, one of the things is like going through the eggs and tossing. What's wrong? Did you get hurt? Oh dear, you gotta figure out what you're gonna wear. So if I toss out all the eggs and start over, I know that all my eggs are fresh, but for the most part, you know, they are. I try to oh yeah, you know, rotate them, I should say. So if I get new eggs in, I try to put them towards the back, and then I pull from the front of the bowl, if that makes sense. So it's like, you know, don't always work that way, but you know, for the most part, I mean, my eggs are probably not even 2 weeks old that are in there. But Journey's been on an egg kick here recently. Don't play with the needles, please. I don't want to step on it anymore. But yeah, so there's I usually cook on Friday night, so we're not gonna have Friday night dinner. And I don't know what we have planned for tomorrow. It's a rare occasion that Sterling is off an entire weekend. She's off this weekend. I'm like, what should we do? She was off last Saturday as well, and we went to the flea market. It was so hot. So hot. yeah, I'm just gonna continue working. I placed my order. I had to order like shirts from Angela, and then I had to order shirts from Blank's Boutique. Angela was out of a bunch of shirts and I needed, and so I just ordered them elsewhere. Now that I think about it, I think I ordered a shirt that I already have. Yeah, I'll have to look. Anyway, I remembered what I was going to say. I was going to talk about my summer bucket list, and that some of the things that I put on my summer bucket list, I chose that it's like I don't want to do them anymore. One of the things was like go to the water park. We have a water park that's fairly close to us, and we've been there before, and we went there with Danny, and they have like a couple water slides. It's nothing like woohoo exciting. Hold on, please hold. Try not to expose anything in my jams. But anyway, yeah, they're just, it's hot here. It's really hot here. It's like hundreds, you know, it's in the hundreds. Every day with the heat index, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like 90 something degrees, and, you know, the temperature that we have in our house is outside of our house, and it reads like 103, 100, you know. So it's been really hot, and I imagine the water, because it's an outdoor water park, the last time we went there, it was like swimming in pee. I know, fun, but it was just hot. It wasn't like a refreshing, like this is fun and cool, and you know, it was like this water's hot, and you're in there with a bunch of other people, and they are gross. Just saying. My husband did pool maintenance, or he did maintenance in general, and one of the things he had to do is pool maintenance, and he just tells me how nasty they are, and you're just swimming around in other people's filth, and the chlorine interacts with something, so if it smells like really chlorine-y, that means the water's really dirty, really a lot of, you know. Yeah, and then one Journey, we went to Michigan, and Journey swam in the pool in the hot tub, got in the hot tub, and she ended up with a UTI, so I'm like, let's just scratch that off the list. Let's not do that. Sounds fun, you know, but let's not do that. And then the other thing was go to the lake and go swimming, which we still might do if Aunt T comes. She's waiting on a whole process. In order to fly, you got to have a real ID, and she didn't have the tools she needed to get her real ID, so she applied to get the tools she needed for her real ID, and she's still waiting, and it's been like a couple months. Not really. I think on the thing it says 25 to 30 business days. So what is that, 6 weeks? So that's 6 weeks, right? So yeah, she's been waiting a while. But anyway, if she comes, you know, maybe we'll take a ride up there and have a picnic. But the other reason I didn't want to do that was recently I've been reading things about, you know, bacteria in fresh water. Somewhere kind of local I saw some stuff online about it, and you know, some kid, and long story short, I was like, yeah, let's just not do that. The main thing is, like, if you have open wounds or cuts, you know, and you know me and my fingers. I just went through a horrible breakout, and it was just terrible. If I have pictures, I will insert them, but maybe I'll spare you guys and not. So yeah, just horrible. And I'm at the point, I had a couple doctor's appointments this past week that I had to cancel. One being the dermatologist, just because my husband had to pick peaches, and I wasn't about to drive all that way by myself with the girls, or I wasn't, you know. And then it was just easier to cancel. I'm like, you know, it's just easiest. The easiest thing would have been to cancel, so that's what we did. And I'm like, and I don't feel that bad about canceling, because they actually have canceled my appointment on my way there. I was already halfway there and they canceled on me. So I at least gave them a couple days notice. But anyway, long story short is I probably would have gotten more injections in my fingers. And I was going to talk a little bit about the injections in my fingers, because I was given a choice to get injections into my fingers. I did not have to get injections into my fingers. So they gave me a choice to I could either have, you know, I could get my cream, as I always do, and just continue with cream. I could do a light therapy, which I'd have to go 2 times a week and go, and it's a ways. If you've never been on 85 Greenville, it's a nightmare. It takes you forever to go to get anywhere. Yeah, so that would be like a couple hours out of our day. We'd have to get up, and I don't know what time it would be, but we'd have to get up in order, and then probably sit in traffic for a while, hour, you know, to get there. And plus the drive, an hour 30, so maybe an hour 30 to get there, to have light therapy, however long it takes, and then another, you know, hour 30 to get back. So yeah, it would take a lot of time out of our day, and no, I mean, it was just not possible. And so she was like, or, you know, I could give you injections, but you know, that would be really painful because it's your fingertips and you have a lot of nerve endings on the ends of your fingertips. And so, and what did I say? I was like, yeah, okay. And she was like, you would be willing to do, you know, injections in your fingertips? I said, yeah, sure. And she was like, okay. So here's the story, guys, is that I actually like to get shots. Is that weird? So does my mom. Don't you, Mom, if you're watching this. She does. She used to always joke around about, you know, she would just love to get a shot. And now my kids think it's funny, because if they, you know, I'm like, ooh, I would love to give me a shot of, hey, give me a shot of that. So anyway, yeah, although it is painful, it does hurt, but I do kind of weirdly look forward to having injections. The first time, you know, it was in my thumb. It wasn't that bad, but it did swell up. And I think they got enough stuff in my fingertips that it actually took care of it for like 12 weeks. And now it's just, I'm healing. I'm in the healing stages right now. It still does hurt. I still have open wounds and such. And you know, I have pictures of like 2 days ago when it was just horrible. Whoa. So this is a condition that I live with on a daily basis. It does hurt. Having these cracks in your fingers, having, first of all, like when it's flared up and itchy, it itches. It's like after the itchiness, the burning, everything that goes along with it, it splits open and it oozes. So during your oozy time, you might see me with gloves on, you might see me with, I put on, because it's just my fingertips that are affected, the little fingertip condom things. I call them condoms. Cots. Finger cots. I have some up here. And what will I will do is a lot of times just, and they have actually recommended it as well. I have some just laying up here. But put the medicine on, put those on, and just let them sit so that medicine can soak in, because that medicine is, you know, has to soak into your skin, and this eczema is deep within, and so it has to really penetrate to get down to it, and that's where the injections come in. When they inject you, they put that stuff in. But I don't think the last time the girl put enough stuff in. I think she just was like, has a needle and like pokes it and just tiny bit, you know, whatever's on the end of the needle, I think is what she was doing, because really. But anyway, let's get back to our story. Let's get back to work. Hello everybody, I'm ready to go to the concert, and I just want to show you guys. I have to go downstairs and finish a shirt, so I'm gonna go work on that. My husband's not home yet. Sterling's still getting ready. It is starting to rain. It's starting to storm outside, but I'm probably just gonna wear either my red shoes or my black shoes. I don't know. But, and I also have to do something with the strap because it keeps lying like that, and you can see my bra. So last time I just stuck a safety pin, so I put a safety pin like up, and so it would basically just hold my bra strap to there. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. And I curled my hair, but my hair is not holding a curl, but I'm like, oh well, who cares? It's inside, it's gonna be dark anyway. It's alright. Did I mention who we are going to see? I don't think I did. Cure love song. Got you. So if anybody knows me, knows that I love Kelsey Carter, and although I would have loved to see her this past summer, the nearest place was like Nashville, I think, Tennessee. So she didn't even come around here. Like, if she would have came to Atlanta, I would have definitely saw her. But anyway, the show is not too far away, in Greenville, and they are called Love Song, and they are a Cure tribute band. So we saw the Cure when they came around 2 years ago, and we really loved that concert. It's like one of the highlights. Like the Cure, Kelsey Carter, Culture Club, New Kids on the Block, all those Matchbox 20, all those concerts were like so good. It's hard to like be like, But anyway, we love music. We have a love for music. We have a passion for music. It's what brought me and my husband together, is music. So yeah, that's where we're gonna go. But let me go finish this shirt. Can't have that. Are we all ready to rock out?
I am.
You are. We don't have any headphones, earplugs. Trini's got her headphones. We'll just take turns wearing them.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, tomorrow. Bye, guys.